All the videos and still photos you're seeing were taken by me on my property. I want you to know these were my opinions in a moment of passion or emotion. So some things I do say may not be exactly right, but you can see by the photos and the video that they violated my airspace while actually dispersing chemicals onto my land. And this is the most important part. What they do on their land is their business, but it does affect the ecosystem for the neighbors, the runoff and everything else, and choosing what day to actually, spray on so it doesn't have too much runoff. But the day they chose to spray was a very windy day. They shouldn't have been flying at all, in my opinion. And when the wind is blowing really hard, it doesn't hit the target, it drifts off. But what we're talking about drift too. Drift happened, but we're also talking about direct spray over the road, like starting to spray before they exit my property line. Then when they're entering the property, my property, they're still spraying, or mist is still coming out, and it's not hitting the target. It's hitting my trees, it's hitting my land, it's settling down in the valley where we can smell it that day. My daughter had breathing problems that evening. I don't know if it was because of that, but the coincidence of that happening on the evening that they had sprayed, it just makes me wonder. So again, these are my opinions, and I hope you can watch and see the detail of the video and the illustration of the trees that were green the day they sprayed, and then within 3-4 days they're totally crispy and dead. Just totally amazing how quick this stuff acts and kills the targeted trees they're actually spraying it on, especially the direct spray. But I'll leave it at that. If you have any questions, give me a phone call. Thanks.
Today is 5/22/2020. Express Ranch is, as you can see, the helicopter out there, spraying on a day it rained the field. I guess they use some kind of, I forget the name of the pesticide or fertilizer they're using, but it says it shouldn't be used where there's a creek or water. Now, if you take a look in the bottom of this range, there's water and there's a creek. So they're actually spraying over water that's going to contaminate my land or someone else's land, because a creek, can you see the creek? The creek that goes all the way through here in the bottom of the valley. And I believe they're too high up with the wind blowing, overspray onto my property, but they're really high when they're spraying this. I'll get you more information on what they're actually spraying, but I read the online, I read the notes on it, and it said not to spray near water or a property that has high water content. Like our property, we have tons of water content, and that means we have shallow wells, and if we have shallow wells, this stuff's probably contaminating our water. That's why I'm gonna have my water tested. Now look how high he is. Look how high this guy is. He's super high off the ground. There he is, here he is, here he comes. Here he comes, here he comes, spraying. Spraying. Oh man, you see that? Sprays right over on my property.
Tell me this, is it fall? Nope, it's not fall. Wonder why all these trees are dying on my property and the neighbors. Huh. It's surely not fall. No, I'll tell you why. Because they got sprayed. And again, I know you've seen the tree before, but check this one out. It's dying rapidly. The whole thing's gonna die. That stuff just seeps into its blood veins or whatever you call it. Look at that big one. It's taking longer, but it's gonna die. Just like this one here. Tree number 5, right here. Tree number 5, totally toast. Totally gone due to the spraying from the helicopter. This guy over there, totally dead. But look at this one. Remember, it was all green a few days ago, just on the side, but look, it's spreading. Spreading. There you go. Wonder how far we can get into this. It's not fall. Don't know what I'm gonna do when my wife asks why are all the trees dying in the front. Just horrible. Tree number 5 right here, that I labeled. See that? Totally green. Just not too long ago. All right, you see one's in the back too. Over here, dying stuff. But check out the blackberries that I'll never be eating. They were spraying, Express Ranch was spraying helicopters over this water. And it says not to be spraying by bottles of water. This is water from last night's rainstorm. So I'm pretty sure it's probably contaminated. I'm gonna take a sample of this water right now, which I hate to touch it. And we're gonna go have it tested. And I wanna know if those chemicals are in this water. There's a sample. Look at him. He's totally dead. And that's on my side of the property. All these 2 weeks ago were nice, fresh, beautiful vegetation. See, look at this. Look at this. Don't live in the gully where the water's flowing down. Bad, dangerous spot. Don't live where the water's flowing. Look at this one. Totally dead tree all the way up here. Totally dead. You know why? Because he's sitting in the contaminated water. Do you see the water flow here? Do you see the water flow? They sprayed when the water was flowing, when the rain was coming down here, and what does it do? It kills, kills, kills. Think about pesticides and herbicides. They don't know when to stop killing. When you drink them, do you think they know, oh, hey, this is a human that's drinking it? Oh, stop killing now. I don't think so. Man, this really chaps my hide. Look at that, look at that. Where the water flows, man. All right. Some of these grasses get sprayed direct. They're all looking bad, but the ones that are right down the ditch, those were totally dead trees. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Look at this guy back here. Look, dying, dying, dying. Boy, they must have something special in there for cedar trees. I know people don't like cedars, but look at this guy. He's turning fast. Turning fast. Yep, yep. But you see, between the power poles, excuse me, they were able to juice it more. And you see a lot more damage. Well, I'll be back. Look how high off the ground he is. He's really high. He's really windy. He's really high. Wind's blowing very hard. Look at the grass. Look at the grass blowing. Spraying right over a creek. And right across the road, still pumping it. Right across the road, over my property, still pumping it. The wind blowing right over my property. I can smell this stuff in the air very easily. Now watch, he's gonna turn it on again before he crosses the road. He turns around in the air, pumping it. You see that stream? Across the road, off of his property, spraying onto my property, off onto the road. He should not be spraying on the road, nor where he's spraying, because there's a creek right where he's at. He's riding over a creek, contaminating all the water that's flowing all the way down south. Don't these people read their labels? Again, there's a mailbox. There's where we're at. Express Ranch. Ah, this stuff stinks. I'm gonna have to go in. As you can see, there's puddles of water everywhere. And they're spraying it over the road. That stuff should not be sprayed when there's puddles. It's contaminating the water. Look at the rain. The rain's coming. Very soon the rain's gonna come. Gonna wash all that stuff off that field, down these gullies, and right into my property. They should not be spraying today. This stuff stinks. I can smell it. It's really strong. My eyes are burning. In this day and age, spraying chemicals that are harmful for the water table, for the wells, it even says in shallow wells, it can contaminate. These are all shallow wells right here in this area.